You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.
My daughter Ashlee, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Janae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called, saying she and her fiancé got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiancé.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital, who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashlee's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center. Cheyenne Curran, Channel 6, Action News. Back to you.
Yeah, heartbreaking for the family and unfolding halfway around the world. Thank you, Cheyenne.
I just spoke to the family of Ashlee Robinson. She's a 31-year-old influencer who was on vacation with her fiance celebrating her birthday. He actually proposed on the trip. But something crazy happened. She was having a good time. Her family said she was very excited to be there, shared pictures with the family, FaceTimed them when she was proposed to. But they released a statement saying that Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. I spoke to Robinson's parents. Here's some of what they had to say.
It doesn't make any sense. She was traveling with her, with her boyfriend, and he was taking on what was supposed to be a celebratory trip to celebrate her birthday that was coming, and they were in a gorgeous place in Africa and happy. Everything that we knew was that she was supposed to be happy, and she was engaged. She celebrated her birthday thereafter, and then she's just gone. We're confused about how that could change so drastically.
What can you tell us in terms of how you found out, and have you spoken to her fiance?
I was initially contacted by him to let me know that something had occurred, and that she was in the hospital, but it was very limited communication and not with a lot of detail. I asked him, when it happened and where it happened, and he told me that something had occurred 11 hours prior to when he was reaching out to me.
We found out that our daughter had passed from the hotel. The fiance did not reach out to us at all.
Do you believe that Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
We don't have, it's under investigation, and we don't know what went on.
It's under investigation, and like we said, we just want transparency. Just let us know.
I want to make sure that everybody is fully aware that she was a light. She was a light. She was a beautiful person, and this doesn't align with who she is.
Understandably, the family really didn't want to talk about Joe McCann, the man who proposed to their daughter. When you go online, you can see he's the CEO of Asymmetric, which is a venture capital company that invests in crypto companies. But the point is, the family wants answers. They don't understand why they haven't been able to reach Joe. They don't understand why he wasn't more forthcoming about what exactly happened to their daughter. And it's why they said they're speaking out. Next steps for them, they said, is trying to get to Zanzibar so they can get to the bottom of what happened.
The internet wastes absolutely no time because they have been digging up tweets from the young lady who was celebrating her birthday down in Tanzania that was found hung in the hotel room. It is being confirmed that it is a suicide. We'll go over that later. But the internet has been researching her social media profiles, and they found some very interesting things that this young black woman had to say about young black men. So in a couple of tweets, one of them reads, "There's nothing like a man who lets you rest in your feminine energy. Every day, black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." Now, Zanzibar police has confirmed that this is a suicide. They are treating it as such, and that nobody has been arrested, not her fiance, no foul play, so on and so forth. Now, the family is still requesting an investigation, saying that she would never do this. This whole situation has caused strong reactions online, as we do have an interracial couple here, and people feel a kind of way about black women dating white men. Paired with those comments that she made on her social media page, you can already assume what a lot of people are saying. But what I think is, she really vlogged her whole life and everything seemed happy. She looked like she was living a very expensive and luxury lifestyle. She was a lifestyle content creator. But if this is true, that she took her own life, that should let everybody know that sometimes what glitter is not gold. And just because outer appearances seem fine, you never know what someone is actually going through deep inside of them. So don't forget to check on your people, no matter how their lifestyle looks.
Black men's amusement when a black woman's life is taken from her needs to be studied. And no, it's not just because her man is white. Her man being white is why they feel confident enough to play around in the comment section. They look for confirmation biases for them to go, you see, she deserved her life being taken. You see, we don't care because XYZ. And they found the perfect bait. Her not being with a black man. Even though statistically, even though a black woman's biggest predator, but they will go in the comment sections and make fun, act like they don't care. Well, they don't care. Laugh and argue with other black women because, for what? You're happy that she's gone? You're mad because she wasn't with a black man? You think it's funny because why? The internal hatred, jealousy, and envy that some of y'all have against black women needs to be studied. Because the second a black woman is down, the second that she is experiencing something traumatic in her life or her life is taken, you guys find the opportunity to laugh and show your true colors. And what's crazy to me is that 90% of these black men that are laughing in these comment sections do have or will have black daughters one day. There will be a black woman out there somewhere who will give that man a child while he is rejoicing the unaliving of a black woman.
Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Okay. So what we're not going to do, as we have already set this precedent when we cover these things on this channel, going back all the way to Lawrence Smith Fields and Asia Maynard, we do not celebrate the unaliving of black women. Mr. Z does not mock them or make fun of them. We use this as a teaching moment. And once again, going all the way back to Lawrence Smith Field as a cautionary tale, right? Let's be very clear. The young lady had anti-black men comments, right? And if you could get that to me, Oppo, please and thank you. We'll post it as soon as you get it up. Right. Well, as soon as you get this to me. And Oppo says, Z, they found tweets from her claiming that her mom convinced her to date white men. Mom is married to a white man currently. They had the whole family on an interview. Brad said nothing allegedly. If you could get me the video or the tweet or whatever, we'll post it as soon as you can get that to me. Right, a link or something, and if anybody else could find the link, we'll post that right now. Black people, black women, you gotta be careful how you move concerning your frustration with black men. Right? He says videos. Let's send it. There go the link. Y'all give Z 1 second. Y'all give Z 1 second. And we're back. We got the video. Okay, so this is a TMZ video. We probably gonna get a strike. It probably gonna be demonetized. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. So before we get to that, let's make sure we finish with our intro. The reason why Mr. Z is covering this, as I often cover these stories, is because Black people, Black women have to be careful how y'all moving out here because of your frustration, right? Because of your frustration and your anger and your resentment at Black men. To prove something to Black men, to stick your middle finger up to Black men, to prove something even maybe to yourself. That you could pull a white man, with some money, right? That you could live, you're not held hostage to the outcome of other Black people, namely Black men. You have an escape hatch out, namely through white men, right? So let's be clear. This is something that we're going to see this, as I've said before, and as even Chrissy, and I'm waiting for Chrissy because she always gonna put a damage control video out. I wouldn't be surprised. Chrissy, you listening right now? I'm waiting. Don't worry, I'm gonna cover it again when you put out the damage control video because you good for it. Huh? You're good for it. So we have to be clear. The Chrissies of the world, the divested zealots of the world, maybe even the Cynthia G's of the world, we appreciate that these people move different. They're not going to just give you a two-piece. They're not just going to bark on you. They're not just going to cheat on you. Oftentimes what they're going to do is either disappear or maybe make you disappear. Huh? Oh, man. So, from my understanding, allegedly, her Instagram is being cleaned up, we'll say. Huh? Allegedly. I ain't gonna come after Mr. Z. Why this matters? Why does another case of a Black woman, pretty dark-skinned Black woman, being deleted, or maybe not deleted because allegedly, right? Because it officially she self-deleted. That's what we're being told. That's what the official story is. Another Black woman found unalive in the presence of a white man, or another Black woman found unalive after an argument. From my understanding, they had got into a big argument to the point where they had to be separated and put in two different rooms. Huh? So this is another Black woman found unalive after an argument with a white spouse. Okay. We cover these stories to emphasize this. Black women are now going to start copping pleas and, well, Black men, y'all still unalive us at 3 times the rate of... That's going to happen. Well, this is why I say you vet all men. That's going to happen. It's not a white man thing. It's a man thing. That's going to happen. These women are going to start copping pleas left and right. Huh? It's going to happen. We have to appreciate that these folks don't move the way we move. How many Black men, American-born American Black men, are going to get into an argument with their just 2 days ago fiance and get into an argument that's so bad that that black man and that black woman have to be put in 2 separate rooms at the hotel. And then that black woman is later found unalived, supposedly self-deleted, supposedly. Huh? Is that something y'all see happening concerning a black man? Huh? We cover these stories to emphasize, hey, y'all say it's black men. I don't know. Because black women, white men marriages aren't as common as people like to think they are. And yet, every year there's about 2 or 3 of these stories that go a bit viral. And a black woman is not just unalived. It's strangulation. It's deleted and cut. Like literally what happened to the young lady last year. She was literally cut up. Right? Janae Robinson, right? Cut up and body parts spread. Young 19-year-old, whole life ahead of her, whole entire life ahead of her. This is not something black men do. Huh? This is not something black men do. A 30-some-odd-year-old, if a 30-some-odd-year-old black man got a hold of a 19-year-old black girl, he gonna have fun. He gonna have a lot of fun until she's the one tired. He gonna try to make that last as much as, but 2 years later, he still trying to, no. Deleting her, driving her car, torching it, body parts being found. This is not happening. This is not happening. Huh? Exactly, Trell. Supposedly and allegedly, Mr. Z gonna be saying that a lot on this stream, right? So I'm gonna put y'all on a brief hold again, because let's see what this other link that Oppo gave us, and I'm gonna try to use that method that you're talking about, Trell, and let's see, because I don't think I have space, but we're gonna try to figure something out. So y'all give Z a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves, and here we go. Okay. Let's see if we could do this because I figured something out. Because we don't need that TMZ clip, Oppo. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to post this first, and we're going to read it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Here we go, and here you go. Right. And when you say you about to f my mother, damn, you so what she said? You so right, cause we been effed by the white man our whole life. My mom is convinced I'm gonna marry a white man. My mom is convinced I'm going to be with a white man just like her. So as y'all can see, Ashlee Janae's name is there. Oh boy. Huh? Ashlee Janae's name. Right? So I didn't crop this out correctly. Right? I didn't do it the right way, but we gonna post this next. And tragic. And if y'all could see, there you go. Ashlee Janae's mother, second to the right, with the stepdad, white dude. Nothing wrong with that. Dear black women, you gotta be careful about your rage and your anger towards your ex-husband, your baby daddy, or your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend. Huh? To Miss Ashlee Janae's mother, Mr. Z is not in the position to make fun of you. That is not how I move with that. If Ashlee Janae, this is your daughter. If she's saying this in tweets, I don't know. Huh? If this is what she was saying in tweets, that you were convinced that she was going to end up with a white dude. Low-key, you were pushing her to end up with a white dude. Anyway, let's be very clear. This is your own daughter saying this is what you telling her. Dear black women, I understand for many of you, you think you're better than black men. You're more educated than black men. You're more cultured than black men, right? You're more classy than black men. You work harder than black men. You're more disciplined than black men. You're more mature than black men. You're less threatening to the white infrastructure compared to black men. All of that. Huh? All of it. Cool. Right? The question that black women, I would argue, should ask themselves is, do non-black people corroborate what you saying about yourself in comparison to black men? Not just one little off-brand white dude over here, or one little off-brand white woman over there, or one little Latina over there, or Latino or Asian dude or Asian woman, etc., etc. No. Do these groups, as a collective, or in majority of their group, also believe that you're so much more arrived than black men? Or do they see you as occupying the same race as black men, and black men's fate is linked to your fate, and your fate is linked to black men's fate? The environment, the society, the non-black folks will show you through action what they think. Huh? Oh man. Huh? Oh man. It's sad. The young lady, 31 years old, beautiful dark-skinned black woman. Influencer, luxury lifestyle, Where are you luxury lifestyle? Look, more and more of these women are walking memes. They're walking memes. All the YouTube trends, Instagram trends, excuse me. All the Instagram trends, all the YouTube trends, all the TikTok trends. A lot of women want to engage in all of it. Black women want to engage in all of it. So she's swirling, divesting, and she out here luxury lifestyle. Huh? It sound good, but now you supposedly unalived yourself. Who believed this story? Who believes this? It's always the same thing when y'all in the presence of these dudes. You unalived yourself, you overdosed on this. Huh? You acted sporadic, that's sporadic, sorry, erratic. It's always the same thing when y'all in the presence of these guys. Huh? Cheryl said Hardwick soft life. No, Hardwick was nice. Hardwick was nice. Whatever it was. It wasn't a Hardwick. I'll give her that. She wasn't doing the Hardwick soft life. Yeah. Hardwick was nice. Or the wave, however, whatever it was, right? It's just sad. We've been covering these stories on this channel since Lauren Smith Field. We covered Asia Maynard. I didn't even want to cover Janae Robinson. It's tragic. It's tragic. Black women, are you sure you know what you're doing? You clearly don't know what you're doing, black men. So let me get this right. You don't know what you're doing, black men. You don't care to know. You don't care about black men. Okay, moving along. So y'all don't care what y'all doing with black men. Y'all don't know black men. Y'all don't care to know black men. Y'all just gonna hop, jump, and skip over the white men in significant number? Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Huh? All right. Hey, Passport OG, I'm saying. Passport OG says that whole trip may have been a ruse to set this up. Hey, allegedly. We ain't so what the Zanzibar, what was it, Zanzibar, Tanzania? What they're saying is supposedly she deleted herself. That's what we're being told. Huh? God damn, Timmy Fields, look, Tim, I do not want to read that. Oh, I don't want to read that. Oh, I do not want to read that. God damn, I've been reading all y'all irony comments, all of y'all irony. I've seen all of them. I do not want to read them comments. Damn, Timmy Fields. Damn it. I'm gonna read it quick. We ain't gonna have this one on the screen too long. And Timmy Fields says, "Thank you for the super chat, Timmy Fields. Thank you for the super chat." And Timmy says, "This gives a new meaning to drop dead gorgeous." Ah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Look, ladies, dear black women, you can move however you want to move. We know what it is. We know about your frustration. We know about your anger. We know about even if it's that your indifference to black men and black men's plight because you think there's an escape hatch somewhere around white dudes, right? Or non-black men. To all the women who believe this, once again, do non-black men cooperate? And even for you same-sex loving black women, do non-black women cooperate? Huh? Oh, man. Huh? And No Hero says, Nazi, the news story from the commissioner is that the butler found her behind the front door in pitch black struggling and ran to get management. The Keishas were trying to blame the butler. Man. Look. Hey, Hey, Passport OG, you never know. I ain't even gonna highlight that comment, but yeah, right. So I really want to emphasize this. Black women, you got to be careful how y'all moving, how y'all talking to these non-black men. Y'all talk to black men crazy, and black men stronger and faster than you, and black men is more likely not to strike you. And if we do, that's all there's going to be a little bap, right? Reset, a little reset. Mr. Z is not advocating anyway, right? Y'all start talking to these white dudes and Latinos like how y'all talk to black men. Hey, it's a whole different conversation. Ain't gonna be no little reset. I'm just allegedly, speculating, everyone. We don't know, right? Man. So, look, God, KW dumb. Y'all can't start this. Okay, I'm gonna give this one. We gonna make this quick. And KW Dawn says, and thank you for the super chat. And KW Dawn says, another example of deletion by lethal injection. Jesus Christ. Look, Mr. Z is not gonna mock the lady. We seen the video. We seen the comments. Anyway, black women, with your frustration, with your need and want to mock black men, make fun of black men, insult black men. I get it. Huh? I get it. With that, you gotta appreciate these other folks, these other non-black men. They're not playing that game with you, especially if you talking to black men crazy, huh? And thank you for the super chat, KW Don. Thank you for the super chat. This dude talking about lethal injection. If you putting up videos like this, once again, I would like to direct your eyes to the screen. Right? You putting up videos like that in a mocking tone. You putting up comments like this.
The internet wastes absolutely no time because they have been digging up tweets from the young lady who was celebrating her birthday down in Tanzania that was found hung in the hotel room. It is being confirmed that it is a suicide. We'll go over that later. But the internet has been researching her social media profiles, and they found some very interesting things that this young black woman had to say about young black men. So in a couple of tweets, one of them reads, "There's nothing like a man who lets you rest in your feminine energy. Every day, black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." Now, Zanzibar police...
Once again, when you're posting comments like that, forget about black men. Y'all already have. Do you appreciate what you're saying to that non-black spouse of yours? Do you appreciate what you're saying to them about your relationship with black men? Fully half of the black community. Do you appreciate what you're saying to them about your relationship to them, to the non-black person? Black women, you're supposed to be the air quotes smarter of us, remember? You're supposed to be the air quotes more mature of us. Y'all forgot y'all end up with the white dudes in the non-black men. Not to mock black men, but simply because these non-black men are just better. You're just expanding your options. And when you expand your options, what a coinky dink. You end up with non-black men because you're not being air quotes loyal to black men. You're expanding your options to the better candidate, to the best, the more suitable suitor, as the ladies say. And look, when you expand out and look for the most suitable suitor, look, black men just don't make the cut. Black men just don't. Black men, look at that. You're not on black women's level. You don't make the cut. But ladies, when you put out these comments, what does that non-black man think about those comments? What does that non-black man think about you? What are you telling them about your investment in the black community? Oh, you don't think you have to invest in black men. You don't think that the smarter way is to make it seem like you and this non-black person ended up together is just incidental. You just like them, they like you. You love them, they love you. You're in love with them, they're in love with you. It has nothing to do with white man better, white men more mature, white men with more money, white men with more status, and that's why I'm over here. Yeah. Exactly, Trell. Love is love. And then you can't say love is love and then be talking crap about black men. Hey, you see, hey, baby, you see how those black guys were looking at us? It's just not smart. Huh? We finding this stuff. Look at homegirl, Queens of King, the little petite chocolate black woman with the big show white dude showing him off, acting like he just paying everything. Took her and her son in, the fully black son, took him in, then turn around and marry her and got her living in the lap of luxury. Then come to find out she paying the whole thing, and a lot of that money is coming from a sugar daddy and coming from the money that she's making off of social media, highlighting their relationship. It's like too many of these type of stories. Huh? And Jeff says, I always wondered why they can't just swirl in peace. They have this crazy need to flex on us because half the reason why they swirl it is because of that. It is to spite whatever black dude it didn't work out with. It is to spite the black dude that she was attracted to that didn't even notice her. Huh? It is to feel an ego boost. It is to validate oneself to oneself and validate oneself to other black women. Look at what I could do. Huh? It is to defecate on black men. Look, I'm not held hostage by whatever y'all got going on over there. I'm over here with the white dude. So of course they got to flex on black men. Why be with the white man if you're not going to show him off? It's like having a Ferrari. What, are we not going to speed down the boulevard in the Ferrari? We not going to put it in neutral at the light and rev the engine? Huh? We not going to pull up and parallel park right in front of the nice restaurant? Well, we not going to do that? Huh? So ain't no point in having the white dude if you're not going to flex. Especially a white dude with a couple of dollars. One with a little bit of money? Oh yeah, what's the point? Right? And let's read this from Big Mo. And Big Mo says, Big Mo, yeah. And Big Mo says, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Big Mo says, Z, this is just another case of social Darwinism. That's what it looked like, bro. That's what it looked like. Assuming foul play. Once again, allegedly. Assuming foul play. Right? We all know we have our own speculation, our own assumptions. We know what we think happened. A lot of us think we know what it looked like. Right? Anyway. And Jeff says, every brother I know dating out is just living their lives. They never bring up black women at all. And that's the problem. Huh? And that's the problem. They're at peace, and black women know it. Those black men are at peace with their Latinas and their white girls, and if they can snatch them an Asian from the white guys and the Asian dudes. The black men are at peace. They're not doing this to flex on black women. Either they met this lady just through life and circumstance, or maybe there is some frustration. They dealt with one too many black women who it didn't work out, or who broke their heart or whatever, and the Latina homegirl at the school was giving them the eye. Or the white girl they work with, you know, they got a vibe going. And they end up with that person, and it is what it is. And we'll deal with the racial issues as they come. But for some black women, not all, what's the point of having the white dude if I'm not going to flex? Huh? And what, like I said again, Big Mo, and thank you for the super chat. Social Darwinism, that's if it is what many of us speculate it is. Now, I will pause right here and remind everyone that when the Toby case, that was the young African brother down here in South Florida that the white girl deleted, stabbed him to death. Rest in peace to him. Remember, she ain't get charged for a while. As a matter of fact, a couple days later, she had the restaurant with her dad. And to be fair to black women, it was some black women that heckled her and her dad. To be fair. So we know this story is ongoing. And I do, quite frankly, sincerely hope that the family goes over there, hires an American investigator to go over there and start flipping over tables. Huh? And let's see if they can get Interpol or somebody involved. We already know what the verdict was over there during this, the ANOS. Huh? Tanzania is like, see what? What do we see? What? Wait, what? Who? What? Oh. Huh? So, yeah. Let me make sure I see that. And Inky says, even her mama worshipped Brad. Look, those tweets say what those tweets say. Huh? The tweets do say what the tweets say. And she told us, and let's highlight it again. And once again, and when you say you about to F my mother, damn, you so right, because we've been effed by the white man our whole life. My mom is convinced I'm gonna marry a white man. Once again, she says, my mom is convinced I'm going to be with a white man just like her. And No Hero says, yeah, the white man. Black women, y'all gotta be careful on how y'all talking to y'all daughters. Didn't what is her name? Me and Toya spoke about her once. The sister, the how white people talk to you, black girl, sister, cute one. The leopards are eating your face, black girl. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Cheska Lee was married to a white dude, and her mom was married to a white dude. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what she said. I think. I might be wrong on the details, but Cheska Lee was definitely married to a white dude before. And I think her mom was married to a white dude and ended up with a black dude again. So had her, because Cheska Lee is chocolate as hell, had her, ended up with a white dude, and didn't work. Now her mom back with black dudes. Cheska Lee was married to a white dude. Now she dating a black dude. Last time I checked, that's what she said. No. Oh man. Yeah. Huh? So, and GC says Cheska pay her white man way through law school leave. Man. Ah. Don't tell me that. Only logical. Do not tell me that, bro. Do not tell me that. Don't tell me that. I need not to. That's a fact. I did not need to know if that's true. I ain't even gonna highlight it. That is a look. Only logical. I really hope you're trolling me right now. That is something I did not need to know if it's true. Indigo. So I heard. So I heard. Allegedly. I heard that too. But I remember when we covered her a couple years ago, when that was 24, we covered her, right? And I think she got wind of it and she mentioned dating a black dude at that time. So, yeah. And Indigo says, oh, Cheska ain't lensing it up. Hysterical. I've never heard that before. I'm going to be using that. That is hysterical. Ah, I gotta highlight that comment because it's telling. And Babylon X says, family raising money to bury a luxury soft life influencer. How'd that work? Man, we gotta be careful how we move it out here. And a lot of us are putting on for social media, people. A lot of us are putting on for social media. You gotta chill out. Y'all gonna find yourselves in some really messed up situations. Y'all gotta chill out. Huh? And Summer Nunn says, white man actually assault black women like nothing if they live. Yeah. Yeah. Look, if black women are to be believed, okay, let's go with it. Intersectionality. Black women are black plus woman in a white patriarchal, right? Let's pronounce that again. Let's say it again. In a black women are black plus woman in a white patriarchal neo-colonial settler state, right? Capitalist settler state, etc., etc. And if the hierarchy is what many black women, many black feminists in specific, if the hierarchy is what they say it is, half the reason why y'all go over there to swirl with the white dude is because of the power dynamic. Let's call a thing a thing. Let's call a thing a thing. Half the reason why many of you swirlers, want to be swirlers, divestors, and want to be divestors are even sticking your nose over there is because of the power dynamic in the wealth or income or different lifestyle that you think you're going to get over there. Okay, cool. Okay. Do you appreciate how that pendulum swings, though? Do you appreciate the other side of that? The when he's not being so nice. How that power could snap the other direction. So this ties in to the luxury lifestyle. If Ms. Janae was dealing with this guy, do we know this guy's name? Could somebody get it for me, please? I know I played it. I already forgot it. Because we're focused on Ms. Janae right now. If this guy is this crypto guy and he's an investor or whatever he does, and he got the money and he's taking on trips and et cetera, cool. Allegedly, what about when he's not so nice? What about when y'all get into a big ass blowout argument in this hotel and y'all gotta be separated and put in 2 different rooms? What about when he's not calmed down later? And I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Summer Nunn, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right? So, yeah. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. And Detroit says, not mocking at all, not mocking her at all, not mocking at her demise. But shout out to Chainsaw Brat, man. Look, goddamn Detroit. I should have proofread it. I should have read it first. Jesus, I should have read it first. Look, we ain't gonna be dancing on this. We are not the ladies. See, black women gonna dance on your grave. Oh, they gonna dance on your grave. Black women, forget dancing on your grave. Black women gonna twerk on your grave. Because black women were twerking on Toby's grave. They twerked on Kevin Samuel's grave. They twerked on what's the brother out of Tennessee that came out of Oakland and then he moved to Tennessee? Or was it Sacramento and then he moved to Tennessee? Either way, the one that the officers deleted, right? In Tennessee. They twerked on, but he had a tweet from damn near a decade ago, practically. 7-8 years ago, I think it was, and they twerked on his grave. We're not gonna be doing that. We're not gonna be just like them. Right? And all hell Balamuccio says doing the Harlem Shake on the black man's grave. Exactly. Right? Yeah, it was in Memphis. Yes, true. Was it? Yeah, I think it was in Memphis. Yep. Right. So we ain't gonna be, dancing on the young lady's grave. It's sad and it's unfortunate. And once again, for black people in general, to be fair, but black women in specific, you got to be careful how y'all moving around these non-black people. You may look at them and laud them and look, oh, the white man. That's how you thinking. They not looking at you the way you looking at them. And especially when you consider the history of the European over the past half millennia, the history of white Americans concerning black folks. Hey, all right. I'm just saying. And thank you for the super chat, Detroit. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all going into these situations way too whimsical for Z. Way too whimsical. And JD says, where Chrissy and Pink Pill, I don't know if Pink Pill's going to cover it, but you better know that there's no way I don't see Chrissy covering this. There's absolutely no way. There's no way Chrissy doesn't cover this. Chrissy's going to cover this, and she's going to try to spin it and do her damage control and put out her disclaimers, and black men do it too, and she's going to try to emphasize, look, black men celebrating this, and it's coming. There's no way she don't cover it. There's no way. Huh? I don't see it. So JD, be prepared, because Mr. Z gonna probably have to spin the block on this within the next, I would say, 2 to 3 days. I would be so surprised if Chrissy does not cover this. Pink Pill, debatable. But Chrissy, I don't see it. There's no way she leave this on the table. She got to put out the damage control video. Huh? Because this is right up her lane, right up her alley. Lifestyle and black women in luxury lifestyle talk, swirler divester talk, dark-skinned black woman. This was a beautiful dark-skinned black woman. Dark-skinned black woman, lifestyle and I keep wanting to say lifestyle and luxury. Sorry. Dark-skinned black women in luxury, swirler divester talk. All that's right up Chrissy's lane. She's going to have to put out that disclaimer, right, video. Or better, she's going to do a stream. I don't even think she's going to do a pre-record. She's going to do a stream on it. More than likely. Now, I don't even think she's going to do a members only or Patreon on that one. It's going to have to be on her main channel, and she's going to have to make it public. Ain't no way. No. There's no way she doesn't put out a damage control video. I'm just waiting to see. I'm surprised I didn't even check to see if she's streaming now. I'm surprised she waited so long. Her life might be lifing. Yeah. And thank you for the super chat, JD. Thank you for the super chat. I'm surprised. Huh? And Kunguru says, and thank you for the super chat. And Kunguru says, I haven't seen this level of apathy for the dearly departed since Luigi beamed up the CEO. Look, look, man, y'all gotta be careful with this frustration against the opposite sex. That includes black men, but especially black women. Y'all gotta be careful. Because what you're telegraphing to that opposite person, to that other person, is you don't got no backup. You don't get along with the people from your group, the people of your race. You don't. That's what you're telegraphing to them, whether you realize it or not, dear black women. You're not telling them, hey, you better do right by me because black men have it, and I'm counting on you. That's not what you're telling them. You're telling them you don't got no backup. You out here in the wilderness. Huh? You telling them you have no backup. It's just you out here in your little family or whatever. You don't have no community backup. When I say community, I'm not speaking about your little network, your family and your friends, your coworkers maybe. No, I'm saying the whole community. Ben Crump and somebody. Huh? Yeah, we know some of these dudes be ambulance chasing, but somebody to make this a national thing, somebody to make dude feel uneasy before he get caught or whatever the situation gonna be, allegedly. That's what you saying when you telegraphing, hey, black men is not this and black men not that. That's what you're telegraphing to that other person. You're not in the community like that. You're not mixing and mingling. You don't have no community backing. That's what you're telegraphing. I said it before. White girl tried to talk to me about the black girls. Aren't they jealous of when black men be with white girls and that? And I shut that all the way down. I'm not having that conversation with you. Huh? One of my coworkers once was doing way too much and he's showing you the lady's parts, right? And she had a nice little, let's just say it looked pleasing. But one of the young white coworkers, like, ew, that looked like a peen in a weird way. And and I checked his ass quick, fast, in a hurry. I was like, hey, some of us don't like looking at we don't like our women looking like prepubescent boys. And he was like, I don't know if that is and he was quick with it. He was a little witty ass white dude. And he was like, well, I don't know if you're trying to be insulting or not. I was. Huh? Some of us don't like our women looking like prepubescent boys. Now, Mr. Z, some of the petite sisters, they could get it. But he didn't need to know that. Nah, you jabbing at black women. I have my own issues with black women, but I can't let you slide with it. That is no white dude, that is no Latino dudes. I'm gonna get right with y'all. But black women, do y'all do that for black men? See, the way your anti-blackness is set up, probably not. The way your misandry is set up, probably not. Huh? So going to what Kunguru said, hey, that apathy. Huh? Just saying. Oh, you got the Twitter response. Well, I'm gonna check it out in a minute. And Oppo says, and thank you for the super chat. I post Chrissy's Twitter response above. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me see. Is it a link or you just kind of quoted what she said? Give me a second. Let me see, because I'm looking to see where that comment is. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Oppo. Let me see. Let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. Want to see what? Oh yeah, okay. So okay, I'm gonna check it out in 1 minute. We're gonna check it out 1 minute, right? And as a matter of fact, while I do that, let's play. Let's play this annoying ass lady one more again.
Black men's amusement when a black woman's life is taken from her needs to be studied. And no, it's not just because her man is white. Her man being white is why they feel confident enough to play around in the comment section. They look for confirmation biases for them to go, you see, she deserved her life being taken. You see, we don't care because XYZ. And they found the perfect bait. Her not being with a black man. Even though statistically, even though a black woman's biggest predator, but they will go in the comment sections and make fun, act like they don't care. Well, they don't care. Laugh and argue with other black women because, for what? You're happy that she's gone? You're mad because she wasn't with a black man? You think it's funny because why? The internal hatred, jealousy, and envy that some of y'all have against black women needs to be studied. Because the second a black woman is down, the second that she is experiencing something traumatic in her life or her life is taken, you guys find the opportunity to laugh and show your true colors. And what's crazy to me is that 90% of these black men that are laughing in these comment sections do have or will have black daughters one day. There will be a black woman out there somewhere who will give that man a child while he is rejoicing the unaliving of a black woman.
I'm gonna address that in a minute. Oppo, it ain't even that's Crystal and Karazin. That wasn't Chrissy, but so I'll just describe the picture to everyone. So Crystal and Karazin takes a picture of her middle finger and she acting like she's cleaning and she has her middle finger stuck up and she's like, oh look, all clean. And like, yeah, like pretty much I get it. Like she's trying to say, first of all, she's clean. She don't got nothing to do with this. And then secondly, she's just sticking the middle finger up to all of us that be like, you know, this type of swirler divester thing is a product of you. These are like your ideological children and grandchildren now. Huh? So that's what Crystal and Karazin posted. Her middle finger stuck up, and she's like acting like she's clean. You're like, all clean. Okay, yeah, we got it. We got you. We got you. Yawn, corny. Anyway, continuing. And let's read this. All right. And Blue Sock says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Blue Sock says, Z, knowing the history of blacks and white in this country and what we know about old girl cracks whip dance ninja dance, man, look, the further we get away from Jim Crow, the more the irony culture that we're currently dealing with. To be fair to you, a lot of it is coming from the dudes. I ain't gonna lie, we ain't gonna pretend, mainly white dudes, but especially the younger white men, that irony culture. I don't know how much the young folks, young black people really appreciate the anti-blackness in the system. A lot of them think it's just money or it's just class. They don't realize that race is class in America, or it's just class, or it's just we's our own worst enemy. And I'm look, I would argue for young millennials and especially Gen Z, black folks, they don't appreciate it. The young lady was 31 years old. They don't see it. They don't see it. They don't care. It's not until they run smack dab into anti-blackness, like supremely overt, in your face anti-blackness, like nowhere to run anti-blackness, do oftentimes these young folks, these young black people get it. They got to be cartoonish. Huh? So, yeah. That's how that often goes. And thank you for the super chat, Blue Sox. Thank you for the super chat. Right. And Mr. DJ says, stop hate watching and hit the like button. Exactly. We got 101 watching. Let me see what them likes look like. Let me see something. Let me see. Oh, Mr. DJ, you were correct. Look, we down 40 likes. We got 101 watching, and we only have 60 likes on the head. 60 likes. Oh, y'all hate watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Why y'all hate watching? I'm not talking crazy about the young lady. I'm definitely not dancing on her grave and mocking her like some of you black women would. I'm not making fun of her. I'm not mocking her. We ain't gonna come up with some little witty one-liner about her or some nickname. All the weirdo stuff y'all do whenever a black man meets his end. Unlike with the video I just played, the young lady making it seem like we're celebrating. At least not in this side of the black manosphere. We're not. Huh? Not on this side of the black manosphere. We're not dancing on this lady's grave. Huh? Say that. And Pastor OG says Byron Allen told two separate stories about valets thinking he was the driver of his Bentley. Race will always be class in America. Say that. Huh? And so my title was Watch Your Step, the Ashlee Janae story. I'm thinking about changing it. And sometimes swirling and divesting is not okay. Sometimes you're not going to be okay. I said this a couple years ago, I want to say. And quite frankly, even Chrissy said this, or at least maybe implied it. Let me don't put words in her mouth. As more and more of us mingle with non-black folks, as more and more black women specifically mingle with non-black men, which you have to appreciate, dear black women, is that you will be getting into contact with how those men treat women of their own demographic, how they engage them, their air quotes conflict resolution style. We're gonna leave that one. That's too easy, right? Their cultural norms, their gender dynamics. You're gonna be coming into contact with all of that, all of it, huh? So it's as more and more black women interact with all these different groups, as black women try to air quotes expand their options, huh? As they air quotes cast a wider net, this will happen. It may not be every white dude to a white dude, every Latino to a Latino, every Asian or Arab or whoever the hell, but this will happen. And however that individual man, however he's been taught, whatever the cultural norm is, that's what you're gonna run into. You especially for those of you that really want to Brad Bartholomew the Third, however he handled the women, or however he was raised or taught to handle women who he sees as misbehaving. I said it the way I meant it. Yeah. Hey, President G says how much they don't wash. The black women are gonna have to come into contact with that also, and still want to do some fun. Still want to have some bedroom fun. No shower. Insane. Might even want the gawk. No shower. 2 days, 3 days, week. Huh? Yeah. I'm just saying, Rihanna was messing with Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher say he don't take showers every day. Moving along. Huh? Well, damn. And Inu says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. We're gonna check them likes in a minute. And Inu says, if black men date out, they want you silent as a mouse. while they can bang pots and pans walking out the door. Look, in a weird way, I understand where black women coming from, because if what they're feeling that the society is saying to them, and even some black men is saying to them through action, more like through action than words, because most black men are not calling black women dark and ugly, how they are internalizing it. But if they feel like the society is saying to them that they are unworthy of the lifestyle, right? They are unworthy of upward mobility. They are unworthy of a man paying for them opulently, that they should just settle. If black women feel like that, then you have to appreciate they are going to respond through words and through action in ways that they feel is empowering and that goes against that message. I.e., well, this.
But my thing is, like, I don't understand the obsession with trying to make black women settle so much. Y'all don't do this with any other community. Like, seriously. Y'all don't do this with any other community. Do y'all tell white women that they should settle? Because last time I checked, anytime a white girl marries a black man, it's always when he's at his best and when he's rich as hell. You think Kim Kardashian was going to marry Kanye while he was broke and didn't have any money? You think Kanye would have had a chance with Kim then? Or you think Kanye had a chance with Kim when he was a multi-million-dollar rapper? Let's be real. Like, y'all don't say this to any other group but us. We're tired of settling. We're tired.
And that is the frustration. What you hear in that is, why do we have to settle, but the white girls get upward mobility from everybody? From white men, from black men, from whatever Latino they might end up with. Why is that? And number one, this is not actually true. This is not actually factual. Not in that way anyway. Not as exaggerated as she's making it seem. But this is how many black women have internalized what they feel they've seen, what they feel they've witnessed. Huh? So and PTK says Kanye was 50 million in debt when he started dating Kim. We've said this before on this channel. We know. It doesn't matter, because in her mind, how does Kim Kardashian get to be with Kanye, but you telling me and other black women, particularly dark-skinned black women, that we got to go end up with, name the menial worker, loser person that they envision, or the Negro with no job, baby boy. So Kim Kardashian gets Kanye, and we're supposed to end up with baby boy. Right? We know it's not factually accurate. This is definitely feelings over facts over here. Feelings over fact zone. Right? So as Ainu says, while they can bang pots and pans walking out the door, yes, because they need to establish to everyone and to themselves that look at what I can do. I'm a black woman. I'm a darker skinned black woman. I might even be heavyset. Y'all told me that I was supposed to end up with slop, black male slop. That's what y'all told me. That's what the society told me. That's what the society led me to believe about myself. And look at me. As a matter of fact, I mentioned this about a young lady. I don't want to say her name right now, but there's a lady that it's not Leisure Miller. It's the Financial Diet. Black lady married to an upper middle class white dude, and she came from the sticks. Like, she came from the super humble beginnings. Father was in prison pretty much her entire life, etc., etc. Married to an upper middle class white dude, and she's a heavy set black woman. Huh? And she's square, and her husband is square. They actually fit. Actually, funny enough. But with that, that's the dream right there. I'm mentioning that to say that's the dream. And so when I play the clip where the lady is saying Kanye did it, y'all always telling us to settle. Y'all don't tell the white girls to settle. This is what I'm describing. That feeling, right? It's not about what's factually accurate. It's that feeling of being told, no, you get scraps, right? You get scraps. So thank you for the super chat. I knew. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? And so let me see. And Mr. DJ says, Z, black females don't have a problem with racism from Brad. As long as he isn't being racist towards them, they are okay with it. And especially if he's not being racist towards them in public. They don't want to be embarrassed. Huh? The Barbie life, Krabby Abby says the Barbie life. To be frank, Krabby Abby, that's a woman thing. That's not a black woman thing. That's a woman thing. To be whisked away, right, by Bartholomew III and whoever Bartholomew III. When we say that, it's usually a more upper class, cultured, white man in America, or like the European aristocracy, the ones that still exist. But quite frankly, for many women of color, any white man that's like marginally upwardly mobile will do. For most women of color, look, dude making 80, 85, and he's doing all right in life, and he's not the ugliest thing in the world. He's marginally attractive, charismatic enough, interesting enough. They're going, right? So the Barbie life, that's not a black woman thing. That's a woman thing. They're all trying to get on that train, right? Minus a handful of like real hardcore radical rad femmes, right? Rad femmes, the radical feminists, minus a few of them that's really on some same-sex loving type of time. Minus them, yeah. The rest of women, they going for the Barbie life. And it may not necessarily be from a white man, but especially from a white man. They're going. Right? And we have too much that shows us that's what they're on. All right. So yeah. I'm just reading. Let me see. Let me check that. Let me read that. Yeah, let's read this from Detroit. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. I was watching the news today saying that she commit self-deletion, and she did commit self-deletion. There's no fingerprints, no force of entry, no lines disconnected, but there is no way that Moonblanc, like I told you what I mean, would do this. Yeah. Yep. So you're saying, Detroit, that you think that she might have actually self-deleted? Because you're saying no fingerprints, no force of entry, no lines to disconnect, but there is no way. Yeah. Oh, you're saying there's no way he didn't do this. I think it might have been a typo. Yeah. Look, Mr. Z, we're how many miles away from Tanzania? And that's for those of us on the East Coast. That's not even for those of you in the Midwest or the West Coast. So we don't know. But we can speculate. And it's looking real suspicious. Damn, this is when you're supposed to have that damn Dr. Umar clip. Isn't that suspicious? Isn't that? But it is looking mighty suspicious. Right. I have questions. Right. Okay, Detroit, and you said according to local authorities. Okay. I have questions. Right. Yeah, exactly. Emerald Edge says sound like lies. I'm just saying. I ain't saying, but I'm saying. Right. I ain't me. Look. I'm not saying. Look, don't come after Mr. Z. Allegedly. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Right. In Detroit, once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And Blue Sock says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Blue Sock says, I have no sympathy, Z. I was raised, you have to be twice as good as the white man to get the same job. Not dancing, but I don't give a F. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Right? Look, it is a tragic story. Either way, this is a young lady. She's 31 years old. This is a young lady. From my understanding, with no kids, pretty, dark skin, pretty, right? Seems like she wasn't too hood, you know, not ratchet in particular, like, you know, it's like unfortunate. Either way, that's, you know, unfortunate. So we just look, I'm gonna go back and listen to that Jason Black stream from some months ago where he was just talking about the environment and how essentially, I want to say he was speaking about Gen Z and millennials. He might have emphasized Gen Z in specific, but we're being encouraged by the environment to exploit each other. And I'm not going to focus on the exploiting each other part as much as I want to focus on this. Get it by any means necessary. Get to the money by any means necessary. And I did watch something, or I listened to something better yet earlier. I couldn't watch it, but I was listening to something earlier about these influencers, these kind of amoral influencers. And once again, even though the presenter, the host of the channel wasn't saying it the way I'm saying it, but once again, it's just get to the money by any means necessary. Right? These kind of morally dubious influencers, particularly on YouTube, but online, period, on social media, period. Right? So, yeah, man. I hear you. I hear you, Blue Sox. I hear you. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And I got to address this one now. And Big Mo says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Big Mo says, BJS was right about you. Was right about you. You trying to save these 304s. Look, I appreciate, at least for now, these are the people where the baby's coming from. That's not going to last too much longer, just saying. And it's mind-boggling to think that they're so whimsical, right? It's mind-boggling to think that they are so immature, so whimsical, and really aren't doing the social math. It's frightening. You know, I was told by a woman, you know, who might be listening right now, or who might catch this on the replay. I was told by a woman, black woman, that when women do their calculation, it's all upside. It's all upside. They're not thinking about how this could go left. They're not thinking about if it go left, what am I gonna do? They put their chips, like when they really into something, they put all their chips on this one thing working out a certain way. Right? And it's just, you know, there's no contingency plan, there's no none of it. Right? And that's, I guess when you're not a man, a black man in specific, you could do that. I'll say that. I guess when you're, and this is where the Raj report comes in, and he says either y'all gonna treat black men how y'all treat everyone else, or y'all gonna treat everyone else how y'all treat black men. Shout out to the Raj report. Because I guess when you're not a black man in America, you can afford to kind of be this whimsical. Right? And so, Big Mo, it's not, I don't know how much I'm trying to save them for the sake of saving them, or to feel better about myself, or some type of weird psycho thing that's going on with me, or like some mental thing that's going on with me, as much as it is like, damn, they are the portal, at least for now, right? And this whimsical, and they're being encouraged to think like this, by the way, not only from the social media influencers, but by mainstream society. This is not sustainable. How the hell is this supposed to work long term? And we see it's not. Once again, this is why I keep on emphasizing the elites are getting married, staying married more often than not, and the rest of us are freestyling. Women, the rest of us are freestyling, right? And you in your situationship, and you doing your air quotes long-term relationship for 4, 5, 6 years, and you getting married for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, maybe if you're white, 5 years if you're black, right? Somewhere in the middle if you're not white or black. If you're Asian, maybe you get the lifetime marriage, or you're gonna be divorced in 15, 20 years instead. Either way, all the rest of us are freestyling. Once again, what was the number? Only 20% of marriages last over 20 years in America. Pathetic. Huh? And women are falling for 70% and 90% if they're college educated. What's the point? So I don't know how much I'm trying to save them. I am looking at the entire landscape like, yo, this is not sustainable. What type of environment, toxic waste, sludge crap y'all got us in right now? The environment is Fucked. 3 exclamation points. Yeah, it's looking ugly. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I'm just reading through some of the normal comments because I thought I saw something earlier. No, I read that. Okay. Huh. And No Hero says, between the economy, AI technology, geopolitics, Keisha is cooked. She gonna have to take care of herself. I wanted to address this comment because I think you're 100% right, and I think the difference between us, and I want to say on this one, I want to say the masses of black men and a handful of black women, the difference between us and the masses of black women in particular is that they're none the wiser. They gonna get hit with that 18-wheeler in the middle of the intersection. They're whimsical. I mentioned, and I'm gonna have to bring that clip back, this kind of idea of progress that we took for granted in the West and in America in specific. And like, does Mr. Z believe that our technological progress stagnates anytime soon? No. Quite frankly, no. Now, do I believe that the idea of social progress, which means like more liberties, a air quotes freer society? Now, that's debatable what you define as free, right? But okay, a freer society, a more liberalized society, and I don't mean that with the political affiliation of conservative versus liberal. I'm saying liberal as in free, as in liberties, right? Liberties, better yet. Yeah, liberalizing the society, freeing the society. Yeah. Black women aren't ready. Quite frankly, I don't know how many people have socially insulated themselves for the upcoming. I don't think we're doomed. I think it's going to be a new normal. And I don't think we as a collective are fully prepared for that new normal. And this is definitely, as BGS was saying to us during COVID concerning Biden, let the bodies hit the floor. Shout out to the song, right? Let the bodies hit the floor. I think the tech guys, I think the politicians, I think the people that are supposed to put in the stop gaps or make sure that the society is ready, which we're not going to be, not in mass anyway, are saying, you know what, let the bodies hit the floor. Bring on the tech. We are competing with China. It's all hands on deck. And whoever can't make it through this and can't pivot and can't duck and dodge, and whoever family gets shredded, your family gets shredded. Whoever child becomes slave to online shopping, the gambling, corn, name the thing, right? To the algorithm, whoever child becomes slave to the algorithm, oh well, let the bodies hit the floor. Right? So in that environment, you better believe the average black woman, man, she gonna fall. She gonna fall. I want to say, quite frankly, she gonna be the first one to fall. We already know they consume social media more than anyone else. Mr. Z's want to talk. I know. We already know they consume social media more than anyone else. They gonna fall. That algorithm got their heads gone. Not gone, gone. Huh? So I just want to make sure we emphasize that. Continuing, what else we got, yo? What else we got? What else we got? Just reading through you guys' comments. And thank you for the super chat, Blue Sox. Thank you for the super chat. Mr. DJ says, Z, you care too much. I can't help it. Can't help it. Huh? Unlogical says, financial diet is a scam. Yeah, yeah, man. I listen to it because I want to hear what this sort of, or this kind of arrived woman, what, because I think she represents a certain class of women, not even just black women, because I want to say she's had Kim Foster on. She's had, I remember, was it her? It was her that interviewed that older black woman she was in retirement. I want to say, yeah. So I listened because that's a certain class of women, particularly white women, right? And she's another one of these that encourages you to look at marriage suspiciously while she's married, of course. So she's another one of those. Huh? And Kanguru says, and thank you for the super chat, it's Tanzania. If you drop $200 on the cops, they on your team. Oh man. Yeah. Man. And thank you for that, Revlon. And Revlon gives us the band and the song name. And it says, drowning pool, let the bodies hit the floor. And thank you for that. All right. Yeah. So 200. So yeah. So if you drop a few $1,000s, imagine what you could get away with in that type of environment. Assuming allegedly, right? Assuming that there is some foul play. Yeah. Look, too many of these women. That's what happened with Asia Maynard, right? Didn't they say Asia Maynard went overdosed on something in that white dude's presence? Lawrence Smithfield found unalive once again in a white man's presence. We know there's been a couple of black women. This happened to a couple of black women over the past few years. They get into an argument. This happened to white women in the presence of white men. Oops. Y'all get into these arguments with these white dudes. Them white dudes play a different type of game. Dear women, all women, even you white women, y'all already know this. I'm just preaching to the choir here. Hey, them white boys play a different type of game. You think you just gonna be arguing with them and you think you gonna go to sleep all comfy? Okay. All right. I ain't saying all of them. I'm not saying all white men. I'm just saying. Well, you gambling. Huh? Man, all right. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. Pastor OG says that the football player jumped all over that chick. Yeah, the one that put her to sleep. Put her to sleep, and when she came to and she ran in the bathroom, he's like, "Oh, you still alive?" Yeah. Yeah, y'all playing a different type of game. And Inu says Brad called 11 hours later, huh? Yeah, and told the family something like, she tried to harm herself or something happened with her, and he not giving them no detail, and apparently now they trying to get in contact with him. He nowhere to be found, or he not answering. Okay, all right. Anyway, but there's no foul play. Okay. Anyway, I ain't saying nothing. All right, man. And thank you for the super chat. I know. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, yeah. Playing it different. Y'all playing different when y'all playing over there. Somebody need to let them know. When y'all playing over there, y'all playing different. All right. Vince says the finisher move. Ah, right. Oh, okay. Okay. And No Hero says, well, he's detained and being interrogated now. Okay. Apparently he ain't pay enough. That's what it sounded like. Man. Allegedly. Let's make sure we Damn. And Corey says the family called him, air quotes, the fiance. They didn't even know his name. Ah. They only been together for a year, apparently. A year. Man. And Otis says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Otis says, nah, buddy did that. He on Twitter like nothing happened. It is what it is, LOL. They try to figure out a way to blame black men for it. Blame Jermaine. Yeah, it's always blame Jermaine. You already know how that goes. It's always blame Jermaine. Because it's not about what he might have done, allegedly. It is how maybe a handful of black men are responding and reacting to the story. Notice where they're, because they still can indict the white dude. They can't do it. And even if they do, it still doesn't take precedent over reminding you ain't ish. Huh? So they gonna minimize this story because it gets in the way of black man bad, black man loser. They gonna try to minimize this. I'm talking about a certain type of black woman. They're gonna try to minimize this story, and what they're gonna emphasize is the handful of black men that might have made a I would say misguided comment online. That's what they're gonna focus on. Because it goes with the narrative. Black men wish the worst for us and they can't wait for us to get harmed and they dance in our... No, we don't dance on y'all misfortune. Definitely don't dance on y'all misfortune, especially not how black women do it. And once again, Otis, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. For real, though. Huh? Just reading through your comments. Yeah, please, Passport OG, because I know it's going to be funny. And Passport OG says, Mortal Kombat references, I'm not even going to start. Yeah. Look. And Kanguru says, Oscar, what's this? Pistorius should know Keisha how Brad do his own women. Look, I said this earlier. I've said this on previous videos and streams. Maybe not a video. Let me take that back. I don't think I said that on a pre-record, but I've definitely said this a couple of years ago. How the white man move, how the Latino man move, how the Asian man move, whether it's South Asian, East Asian, Southeast Asian, how the indigenous man move, how the Middle Eastern and Arab men move, how these men move concerning women. More often than not, women from their background and their demographic, their ethnicity, their culture, when they interact with you, anything marginally long term, not even long term, sometimes short term, they gon' move the same way. You don't get a pass because you're a black woman and you think you're gonna bring sassy and neck roll into the white dude. To the Latino, the Latinos could deal with a certain level of sass, but their culture informed them with that machismo stuff. Hey, you go too far, Gluck. Huh? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the one that deleted the girlfriend. Tink Tink. Kanguru, you could have just said Tink Tink, right? Shout out to Cat Williams. Tink Tink. For those of you that don't know, Kanguru is making reference to Tink Tink. If you don't know the story, after Cat Williams gave had that part about Tink Tink, Tink Tink is the Olympic runner with the half legs. If somebody corrects me if he wrong, um, homegirl, his girlfriend went out, apparently partied, came back home, and he thought somebody was breaking in or something like that, and he deleted her ass. Supposedly because he thought there was an intruder. Yeah. Charles says the Blade Runner. You hear me? Yeah, they were calling him that also. That's true. They were calling him that also. But as Cat Williams says, Tink Tink. Huh? Yeah. There's a white dude. Yeah, Revel Out, the African guy. Yeah, white dude. From South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I got you. I'll check it out in 1 minute, right before we end out. And Brooklyn Finance says, Z, just sent you an email. Prepare thyself, though. Okay. Okay, I know it got to be bad if you tell me to prepare myself. Prepare thyself. And yeah, Kanguru, yeah. Yeah. Dude deleted her ass. Yeah. Yeah, man. So let's do this. Let me see, which one am I going to play? I guess we'll play this and then we'll get underway. So y'all give Z a second. Let me see what Brooklyn Finest emailed me.
My daughter Ashlee, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Janae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called, saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital, who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashlee's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center. Cheyenne Curran, Channel 6, Action News. Back to you.
Yeah, heartbreaking for the family and unfolding halfway around the world. Thank you, Cheyenne.
And what Brooklyn Finest was sending me is the pasta and lobster. Hey, ladies. Low key, I wish I would have saw this earlier. I wish you would have sent me this earlier. I would have had this as the background. The pasta and lobster, but who are you eating pasta and lobster with? You know, I wanted to cover this once again, as I should have did a pre-record, to be honest with y'all. I want to cover this because once again, I want to get put out for Black women, Black girls. So all of the 0.9% of y'all that's going to listen to this, all of the 1.5% maybe of you Black women that are going to listen to this, I wanted to once again say you got to be cautious and aware and weary, quite frankly. This is another teachable moment. Huh? Oh man, Brooklyn Finance says, I just saw it. Yeah, we're gonna leave that up for a little while though. Yep. Just saying. So Black women, this is another cautionary tale. Man, Blue Sox just became a member. I don't have the clapping background, but thank you for that, Blue Sox. Blue Sox, the newest member. I think Blue Sox. I think you might have bumped me back up to because somebody fell off, so it went back down to 21. I think you're either 22 or 23. I don't remember if somebody had come back and it was 22 again. Either way, we 2 to 3 people away from really starting to get underway with and yes, Mr. Z's waiting for 25. Z, has been a couple of weeks. I know. We've been hovering between 21 and 22 for like 2 weeks now, give or take. I know, people. I know. We waiting for 25 officially, and then we will start our pre-records. So bear with to all the members. Shout out to all the members, right? And so let's read this from a Split Gym. And a Split Gym says, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Blue Sox says, I said Blue Sox. Sorry, Blue Sox. And sorry, a Split Gym. A Split Gym says, why isn't the mother's white husband in the interview too? He was in one. I actually already I posted it earlier. Let's take this off for a second. Actually, we're gonna take it off and let's pause and let's put that up. I didn't crop this the right way, so bear with me, y'all. But he's there. He's there on certain interviews. He's there. Right. So yeah, he's there. Oh yeah. A smidge of grace. A Split Gym. Just a smidge of grace. Just a smidge. But yeah, he's there. Right. You know what? No heroes. That's thinking. You see, that's thinking. I do have a sound clip too. I don't have it up right now. You know what? Man, that's gonna be 23 damn turbo sounds. We might have to do it. We might have to do it. You are correct. And No Hero says you should play turbo sounds with the blow off valve when someone subs. And you are correct. And that's smart. It may not be genius, but that's smart. And I didn't think of it, so I got to give you a credit. That is smart. Yes. Yeah, that's actually, and especially because I put turbo and twin turbo level. Yeah, that's good. That's funny. And Brooklyn's Finest says 23 turbo salute. Hysterical. Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah, but pretty much. That's what it would be. That's what it would be. Right. And Mr. DJ says the white stepdad is not going against another white man. That remains to be seen, sir. We don't know yet. Right? We will see. We will see, right? So look, y'all, I don't know if I want to go a whole 2 hours, right? We got about 10 minutes left. Do we want to go a whole 2 hours? That way this will populate with the comments in no time. It will literally, let's see, we pause. We're going to stretch it another 10 minutes. Let's see if we can stretch it another 10 minutes. Anybody want, you know what? Did I have anything else to cover? Do I want to, let me see something. Y'all give Z 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let's see if we could stretch this out for another 10 to 15 minutes. I'll see what y'all doing though. But let's y'all give Z a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. I don't know why I did not play this video earlier, because it was one of the first, if not the first, that I saw concerning this story. Was this commentary right here, or at least it was the first commentary or short little comment that I saw concerning this. I don't like her tone per se, but the young lady she does have something to say, so we're gonna play this. And it kind of speaks to the comments that we read earlier from Rest in Peace, Ashlee Janae. So let's play this and we'll get underway. Mr. Z Ramen, continuing.
Baby, maturing is knowing that a white man can change my life with his money, and he can take it from me with his money. And then he can go get a motherfucking lawyer with his money and get away with that shit. See, y'all be thinking y'all leveled up when y'all find one of these white men who gonna do everything for y'all, give y'all the soft girl life, until he realizes that he done blew your ass up on social media with his money. You didn't have shit in his eyes. So when all of us start to love you and to lust after the life you have, and you start liking somebody else, or maybe want to move on with your life, he's going to take your life. He's going to unalive you, baby. He's going to unalive you, baby. Rest in peace, beautiful queen. You would have been still here if you would have struggled with a black man.
If you would have struggled with a black man. I do not want to put out there that every relationship with a black man is struggle of. But I did say years ago that we have to be prepared that being black and being in love in this environment, especially if you working class, I'm not even going to mention working poor because of the contempt that everyone has for working poor people and just poor people in America, especially black poor. If you black poor, the level of hatred is just insane, including from other black people. Oops. But there will be struggle. There will be financial struggle. There will be stress. But you flow through that, right? You air quotes rise above that, as they say, the motivational speakers say, right? So what this young lady said is similar to what Z was saying. The tools and the things that entice you about many of white men, that the Bartholomews, the white dudes, that many women of color, black women in specific, the things that entice you, the baubles, the symbols of success, the actual success, the white skin, and what that symbolizes in this society, right? The wealth, the access, the status, all of these things that entices you and that catches your eye, as the young lady is saying, are the same things that man can turn around and use to cover up whatever he's on, whatever he's doing, whatever. Do y'all not appreciate that? It's the same tools, the same things that caused you to look that way and to consider that and to go for that are the same things that turn around and bite you in the ass. Oh man. And so when you're saying my mom convinced I'm gonna marry a white man, my mom is convinced I'm going to be with a white man just like her. The question then becomes, and rest in peace, Ashlee Janae. And I think this is the question I want to end out with. What exactly was Ashlee Janae doing? What was her interest? What was so unique about her What was so different? What was so that her mom was convinced that she was going to end up with a white man, that she couldn't be appreciated by a black man? What about Ashlee Janae? What about her look? What about the way she spoke? What about her outlook on life, her dreams and aspirations? What about that said, oh yeah, you got to end up with a white dude. You're going to end up with a white dude. What about her said, white man? Or was it just mom's dream and mom's aspiration and mom maybe trying to spite that goddamn ex-boyfriend or baby daddy or ex-husband that's sitting next to her on that couch? Oops. Huh? Or is it that mom was trying to get some status points? She with a white man, her daughter ended up with a white man. Huh? I'm not accusing mom of anything. She's going through grief right now. I'm just saying, what about, I've seen a couple of videos of her speaking. Nothing about this black woman says too different, too unique to end up with a black man. Too out there, too airy-fairy, too whimsical, too... Now, black women do be whimsical as hell, but nothing about her says gonna be with a white man. Huh? She's an attractive, dark-skinned black woman. She's attractive enough. What about her said can't be with a black man? Gotta be, not Latino, not Asian, not even you. Mom ain't say nothing about ending up with no non-black man. No, what Miss Ashlee Janae said, her own tweets said, once again, we're gonna put that on the screen, says her mom said white man. Huh? Well, yeah, J-Mar, that's true. And J-Mar says, Z, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. True indeed. Right? And we did hit the 2-hour mark, so good. I think that's a great comment to end it on out with, J-Mar. Right? Yeah, no, you're right. It doesn't matter anymore. Unfortunate. Once again, we're going to use this as a learning lesson and a cautionary tale. This is not, and I hope everyone got that from this stream. We were not, and we did not mock this young lady, make fun of her, dance on her, well, she's not buried yet, last time I checked, dance on her grave, or any of that. This is not to mock her and make fun of her. We are using this as a cautionary tale. We are saying to other black folks, what the hell is going on? We're so many, and it's not a lot. At least not openly, overtly. Not all black women are card-carrying divestors and soilers. I'm just saying. But what is going on where enough, we'll say, black women are thinking and talking and moving in ways where they're openly professing their disdain for black men? And who is going to address that? Which one of you, black men or black women of note, is going to address that? Black women's misandry towards black men in specific. And on that note, everyone, we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And Mr. Z out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.